And we're live, I think. Oh, let's see. We got to turn off this thing here. And now, I believe we are live. Behind me is New York City. I have no real reason why I have New York City up there, but, you know, I figured it would be busy. There was one person that told me that the moving background was making him dizzy, and that's actually what I'm going for. I'm going for making you guys dizzy. Well, hello from Toronto. I was up in Toronto a few years back for some business. Met some family up there. This time of the year and going forward, it's probably not my favorite place to be, but it is a beautiful city. Traffic is horrendous. Holy crap. Spook says I just bought 50 Bitcoin after reading the title. Better not be a prank. Yeah, the bottom is in. Load it up. Back up the truck, Martha. Dawa, how you doing in Amsterdam? I was in Amsterdam about 6 years ago. Had a great time. I spent some time in Amsterdam and up in Groningen. Is that how you pronounce it? Groningen. Interesting place. Spent a lot of time in the Bulldog Cafe. I should just say that I visited there a few times. Burbot, how you doing, man? I'm doing great. And I am having a phenomenal day. Has Bitcoin really hit bottom? What do you think? What do you think? Do you think I think that I have all of a sudden had a change of heart? You know why? Because I watched Tone Vay's video and he said, a phenomenal bounce off the bottom. I don't know what the hell he was talking about. So Mr. Trad, Mr. Troll, there is no name calling here. This title is sarcasm, right? I want you all to know that sarcasm is my primary first language. Am I bullish as dirt? Do you really think that things just change on a dime like that? Is that what happens? People like myself, after watching me all this time, and then I can come out with a title like that, and people would actually believe that, wow, Ernie's going bullish. Let's go bullish. Let's go all in. No, it's meant to trigger people, and it is clickbait. I'm sure that plenty of people will see that and think, wow, the ultimate bear thinks we're going up. Yep, and I want to see the reaction, even from those people that are the longtime watchers and followers. But, you know, my fundamental position has not changed. I don't believe that we've come anywhere close to the bottom, and wherever that bottom is from here down, I believe is going to be the channel for the next couple of years. Yeah, that is a pretty good background. I like the background here. I like New York to occasionally go there, maybe do some business, visit for a bit, go see a play, go out to dinner, maybe do a little, like I said, do a little business, and then get the fuck out of there. I've had enough of that place. When I worked for Sun Microsystems, I literally commuted to New York from the Boston area every week. I would get there on Monday morning, and leave on Friday afternoon. And I used to stay down on Front Street, which is right around the corner from Wall Street, because that's where all my clients were. But man, the noise, you cannot fathom what it's like. All night, sirens, trucks, horns. No guns, thankfully. So after about a year of that, I had enough, and I instead started to rent a little condo or lease a condo up in Tarrytown, also known as Sleepy Hollow, and then take the train into Grand Central. And that was much more pleasant. It was nice and quiet. It was beautiful. It was serene. On the train ride, I get to, listen to some Audible books or something. Then I'd get in a cab and take the cab down to Lower Manhattan. That was nice. Ernie, can you pull up your most recent volume profile chart? Yes, I can, but I'm not going to do it right now. Abelbeck Narambayev says, I lived in Newton, Mass. Oh, that's cool. Newton is about, I would say about 25 minutes from where I am right here. I'm in Sharon, Massachusetts. Both, I guess the thing that Newton and Sharon have in common is that there's lots of Jews in both those towns. But per capita, or as a percentage of the total town population, Sharon actually has the highest concentration of Jewish population than any other town in the entire country. Will Bitcoin bounce on the 200 weekly moving average? Oh, sure, because when Bitcoin gets down there, it's going to say, oh, fuck, there's the 200 weekly. Let's bounce. I really don't get that. Will it bounce off the 200? Will it bounce off of this? Will it bounce off of that? The price of the thing doesn't have any friggin' idea what that is, this moving average. It really doesn't. Were your clients on Wall Street savages? Any good? Oh, I've got tons of good stories, but that's not what this stream is about. Were they savages? No, there were a lot of nice people. There were some assholes. I would say companies that are nice. Credit Suisse, people were nice. HBS, assholes. Let's see. I can probably do, something like that, right? Merrill Lynch. Okay. Goldman Sachs. Total pricks. Ernie, can you talk a little bit about the differences or similar things between this crash and previous crashes in BTC? I see a lot of people comparing this to 2014 as a way to predict the future. So I have talked about that a lot, Daniel. And my contention is that this bubble is completely different from all the other bubbles that have ever existed in Bitcoin. And that is really due to the context of the market itself, the size that it attained, the ICOs, that's a new phenomenon, the regulatory mishaps. You could go on and on. The outrageous fraud and other applications that came, the web apps that came on to try to take advantage of this. That, the ETFs and futures products that have come out. The ETFs are mainly unregulated on BitMEX. But futures products, all of this is new in the context of Bitcoin. Completely new, completely different situation. And, and that's not it. I mean, there's many, many, many more things. So I don't see how there's any comparison. This particular bubble is unique. The Hudson River is a nice view from Tarrytown. Yeah, and you know, Tarrytown's like one big hill, and it goes right down into the Hudson. Someone developed a 200-week moving average for Bitcoin. I don't know that you develop it. You just go on a weekly chart and create a 200-day moving average. I mean, I could do that. Anybody can do that. Let's do that. So we have to minimize this. We have to go over to Bitcoin. I don't know why I'm doing this. We go to a weekly chart. All right, there's a weekly chart. Then we'll add an indicator, a built-in moving average. Oh, I just added two. Did I add two of them? All right, and then we'll just change its length to 200. All right, where did it go? Where did it go? Why did it disappear? Let's try 100. What happens with 100? All right, there's 100. We'll make it nice and thick. Now let's make it 200. Why does it disappear? That doesn't make any sense. Let's try making it, I don't know, 199. Where's the limit? I don't know. 150? Oh, because I'm not showing enough data. I need more data. I need to go back further to 2009. So I need a different... I need a different one. Let's see, will that give it to me? No. I need, let's see, what's the oldest exchange out there? Would Bitfinex have it? Yeah, so there's Bitfinex. There's got to be another one that goes back further. What is the oldest exchange? Bitstamp? Is that what someone said? BTC, USD. We'll look at Bitstamp. All right, so Bitstamp goes back to 2012. It's still not the oldest. There it is. Would we call that bouncing off of it? I don't think so. And we got to remove some of this crap in here. There we go. So I don't know what the significance of this is. Let's turn off the POC on this guy. We don't need that. So there's the 200-week moving average. Big fucking deal. If I made it the one, oh, that's the 150. I need to go to the 200. All right, so it hasn't yet bounced off of it. So if it bounces off the 200-week moving average, then we could all have a party, and then say hail to whoever came up with this wonderful idea. Which I think is just this is just mental masturbation, man. Toucan Sam says, Richard Hart was so wrong when he predicted a 50K Bitcoin. Why do people still take him seriously? Because he's entertaining. He's a smart guy. He's entertaining. People like watching him. You know, he wears the fancy clothes. He looks like he lives in a dungeon. You know, that provides some appeal. Look at me. I'm sitting in a friggin' basement. Well, it's not really a basement. It's a finished walkout basement. And I wear my cannabis shirt. I'm bald. I'm not that interesting. That's why they don't listen to me. Now here's an understatement. Addison Coggins says, seems like all the markets are on a path down lately. Why? What's to come? More of the same? Now, when you say all the markets, are we talking about the Bitcoin and the regular markets? I mean, we're only going through a minor correction on the regular markets. Let's see what's happening on the regular markets. We can bring up the E-mini. The E-mini S&P 500. Here's a day chart. That doesn't look like anything down or anything bad. That just looks like a correction. It looks like we're going through a nice period of consolidation here. And we're going to take off. We got the Santa Claus rally coming. Let's see. What happened in the last Santa Claus rally? After November 27th or so, right here. Whoa, look at that. It went straight up. What do you want to bet that we're probably going to start moving straight up? Wouldn't that be wonderful? Ernie, would you at least admit loading up at 3K is a good short-term trade? There are huge volume bars there. No. No. Why would I admit that? There's nothing to admit. Huge volume bars at 3K. Let's see. Let's humor him. Let's see. We have at 4,200 and then at 2,500. But at 3K, we have no volume bars. Zero. No volume at 3K. So what the fuck are you talking about? So we have this volume bar in this time frame, which isn't at 3K. It's within this time frame. Over here in the volume profile shows us volume at price. We have to teach Mr. Trad, Mr. Troll, the basics of volume profile. The Potheads Crypto, Ohio going to allow taxes to be paid on Bitcoin. I don't know what significance that has. Shiva Canada, you sound like, you know, small print. Past events are not indicative of future events. Jeff Buckwald, how you doing, man? Why the hell would anyone load up on an asset that produces zero cash flow by real estate, you gamblers? I put it in my title. I said load up, so you must load up. Come on, sheeple. Does historical volume have any significance, or is volume analysis simply to be used for real-time analysis? No, of course it has significance, and that's what volume profile is all about. Looking at historical volume, because that volume represents people that are in the market at that price. Sure, there are some people that have vacated that price, but it's still indicative of anytime you see a high value node, like over here, that is indicative of areas where the market finds value. They found value here, they found value here at 4,200, they found value here at 2,500, And price will have a tendency to gravitate towards those volume nodes. Price will tend to be rejected from the low volume wells, like this 3,000 well that Mr. Troll talked about, where he was just so talking out of his asshole, where there's no volume at 3,000. That's an area where the market finds disdain. They want to avoid it. Did you start to accumulate Bitcoin? Ha ha ha! I'm sure you did. You talked about these prices below 4K, I remember. Ernie, you're busted! Well, let me tell you something. I am prepared to start adding, but I'll tell you, it came down so fast that now I'm thinking that adding right here might be foolish. Maybe I won't add. I mean, right now we are right here, right about at this volume node. I think a fair place to add might be at 3,200 at this low volume well, maybe even 3,000. And then the next one, maybe at around down here at 2,000 and 1,300. Those are good places to add. And then the last one probably, oh, I don't know. If it gets down below here, I don't know what I'd do. So that's going to be the place where I'll start adding. I'll start adding probably around 3,500. Maybe 3,400. Right at this volume well. See this volume well right there? You see that right there? Let's see. Can I point to it right here? Right there. Right there. That looks like a good place to add. Right there. There. And there. And there. There, and there. Those are good places to add. I would add about maybe a 1/5 size position here, a 1/5 here, and a 1/5 there, and then below here, maybe a 2/5. All right, and I think then we'll start. That's where it stands now, I think. But it's come down so fast that I get this feeling that we're going to come down to 2,000 real quick. And so why would I add at 3,500 if we're coming down to 2,000 and then take like a 50% haircut? I really didn't expect it to fall this fast, to tell you the truth. I mean, this is, could this pop right back up? I suppose, but, from a fundamental point of view, that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. I think we're going to come down here and start hanging out for a little while and then drop down again. Yeah, this weekly bullshit, this is a little bit too much. Let's go to a day. Let's get rid of this. Remove it. Auto adjust. Look at that. Look at that. Tone Vase saw this little green little doohickey doji here, and he thought it was huge. A huge bounce off the bottom. Of course, he's probably clickbaiting as much as I am. Wow, we have some problems over here. We have some problems over here. We need to fix it. Hold on. Got some artifacts we need to fix. Gonna fix those artifacts. There we go. That should do it. All right. There. That fixed the artifacts. Artifacts fixed. It's still there. Why is that? what do we need to do? Right about here. Hi, Neo. How you doing, buddy? There's my good boy. There's Neo. What's going on, buddy? All right, back to the questions. Sorry to change the subject, but do you think cheat days are important when trying to lose weight? I like eating refined carbs and junk food. I think it's good to mix it up. Sometimes, though, if you're not far enough into your diet or your change in diet, and you haven't fully conditioned your body to accept this new way of eating, and you go into a cheat day, sometimes that cheat day can turn into 2 cheat days. So at least that's my experience. It's somewhere between 2,500. Turn on your volume profile, BTC USD, Bitfinex chart. What is somewhere? It's not the bottom. So, if they don't trade, they are faking the funk. There are those who sell your courses and people that actually trade. There are those who sell your courses. All right, so I don't know what, let's see. Search for my BitMEX ID SAPA. Ofux. I haven't. Okay, so are you? What are you trying to do here, Ofux? Are you trying to beat your chest here? Are you like master Bitcoiner? So I'm not sure. I can confirm that Mr. Trad is an all-right racist. Really? All right. So we know the scoop on Mr. Troll. He's a racist! I knew there was something about him. Junto status for next year. That's a good question. And I hate to keep on putting it off, but the fact is that I'm still waiting for some kind of regulatory change so that I can actually make it a real thing. The reason why the market's going down right now is because of all the malfeasance out there, and I don't want to be caught up in that. I don't want to be deemed as doing something illegal. I would like to have the club and everything, but I'm really looking for a way. I'm looking for a way that the average guy can invest in a fund or some kind of, even if it's self-directed, and have a group direct a fund. So I would step back and let the group, like crowd-funded or crowd-manipulated funding or fund management. And I haven't found a way to do that yet. That's the goal. I think it will happen. Let's see. So what do you think needs to happen from a fundamental standpoint for the market to turn around? All right, that's a good question. What has to happen for the market to turn around? What fundamentals need to change? Well, first of all, The whole concept of a distributed ledger needs to, and decentralized computing needs to find a way that companies can use it in a way that they can build a business model around it and make some return on their investment. Right now, they just simply haven't figured that out. Smart contracts, a lot of people thought smart contracts would be there, but it's not. Smart contracts have not lived up to their billing. A crypto, and I think part of this problem is that developing an organic and well-controlled or well self-regulated network, something that has a governance model that works. One of the other problems with it is that there is no tie between the real world and the ledger world. And so that is a fundamental flaw in this idea that you can put something on the blockchain and therefore it is good. That interface between the real world and the blockchain world is critical. And until there can be some... Hey, don't... No. Yeah, the dog's not feeling well. Got to take care of that. Be right back. Buddy. Both the dogs are sick right now for some reason. They ate something. Well, that wasn't pleasant. That was not pleasant. Yeah, so the dog got sick. The other dog was sick too. I'm not sure exactly what they ate. I don't think it was deer poop. That doesn't usually make them sick. Might have been, the wife was saying that maybe some of the chicken that she made didn't smell quite right. That could have been it. Yeah, they both puked up all over the house. That's a problem. Ernie can barely scrape together 100 viewers. He had 1K at the top. I don't understand. What are you trying to say? Mr. Troll, Mr. Racist. Let me just tell you that there was a time earlier this year when I had my old channel that I could scrape together 600 or 1,000 viewers. It was really good, but you know, that's a function of how many subscribers I currently have. I've had to start all over from scratch, clean slate, and we'll build it up there. We'll build it up. So what I need people to do is hit that like button and share this out. That will help. That will certainly help. Earlier this year, I had, 14,000, 15,000 subscribers, and I would put together a show like this and I would get 600 to 1,000 people, no problem. And then my channel was deleted by somebody who stole my identity. And they also destroyed a bunch of other internet properties. And so I've been kind of picking up the pieces ever since. I had to start all over again. And here I am. But apparently that's what Mr. Racist, that's the only criticism. He has to criticize in order to be noticed. So I'm going to make it a pledge right now that I am no longer going to recognize Mr. Racist. That would be Mr. Troll, otherwise known as Mr. Trad. So that's it. Toucan Santa, I just did some math, and somebody who bought Bitcoin at 20K will need to make 400% to get back to where he started to break even. 400%. I would imagine way more than that. Read it and weep, fellas. What are you trying to say? All eyes. Did something happen? To sell all their Bitcoin and buy back possibly under 1K, now the bottom is in all of a sudden? What a load of shit, Ernie. And if these are your views now, you clearly are trying to get the average person. Okay, so All Eyes is another one of those trolls who fell for it. He fell for it. So you think that that I'm talking about actually start loading up? Do you really think that the title was for real? That's what you think. Asdirt says that Ichimoku cloud, the best indicator of our lifetime. You know that there can be an argument made for that. We use it all day long here in Bitcoin Nirvana. Ernie, you're welcome to come and save us, you beast. Yeah, just ichi ada. Let's see, what is that song? There should be a song for the Ichimoku cloud. Okay. Nope, read more, Ernie. I got you, actually. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, look up. There's nothing up there. What am I looking up at? What kind of architect job you had with Sun? Infra applications? No, I was the chief architect. I was the top dog. I had program managers, engagement managers, project managers, senior level architects, engineers. They reported to me. No, I didn't. That's what kind of job I had there. I was the big kahuna. I was the guy that was either giving the technical thumbs up or down to big deals. Can you talk about the current price action? We broke the 4K today. Not today. We broke it yesterday. Or 2 days ago. Or a day and a half ago. And seemed to be consolidating between 3.9 and 4.0. I mean, it's only a day and a half. I mean, what the fuck do you want, man? Just take a chill pill, step back, and let's see what happens. We just came down from 6,500 down to under 4,000. That's a friggin' huge drop. So, like I said, just hang out, wait, and see what happens. We might get a bounce up. It might come back down. I don't know. It might keep on going down. I have no idea. And anybody that thinks that they know, they're full of shit. So let's let it work its way out. I still say short every rally. I'm short with 200,000 contracts from 6,200. Oh, good for you. Oh, fucks. I could be an oh, fucks, too. Still haven't closed my position. Well, if you were following any of my advice, oh, fucks, then why don't you tip me? You can afford it. The tip jar is right below. If you go into the comments, you'll see it. Just go to the tip jar. Send some coin over this way. Did Sun Microsystems have a lot of odds? I don't know what that means. I mean, office politics. I think that any big company has office politics, but I didn't run my organization that way. It was an open door policy. But we were tough, yet fair. There were definitely politics going on. I mean, I had my run-ins with, like, the VP of Professional Services. He wanted me to do things that were, I thought, anathema and detrimental, and actually proved ultimately detrimental to Sun Microsystems. Basically give away a good portion of our business. And, but I don't know that that was political. I think that was just a miscalculation. But Sun wasn't really one of the more political organizations, I would say. Although, you know, I wasn't really involved in the upper levels of Sun, so I didn't get to hang out in the executive suite, let's say. I could visit once in a while. I just couldn't hang out there. Ernie, what are your volume profile input settings? Let's find out. I use a row size of 180, and I do total volume. I don't look at the up-down volume. I like total volume. And I'm looking at the number of rows. So that's, you know, there's 180 rows here. I could go up to 200, make it a little bit finer. Every once in a while I do that. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. That's about it. James Gosling. Did you know that, now, James Gosling, for a lot of people that don't know, he is the inventor of Java. And I worked with James Gosling for a bit and on some different projects. Did you know that Java, and in Gosling's group, they actually developed Java, not on Sun Microsystems machines, but they developed it on Mac laptops. That's the truth. Ernie is a live-action role player. My ID is Sapbog. Look me up on CoinFarm. Complete position history. Look, I really don't care. So that's, I mean, I hope you're not offended by that, but I really could give a shit. Are there exchanges where you actually get credit when shorting with margin account? See, I don't short with any of the exchanges. I only short with the futures. And I stick with the CME futures. I'm not really a fan of the CBOE futures. Mr. I told you I wasn't going to mention the racist. And everybody knows what my opinion of Elliott wave bullshit is. Thanks for any history. Thanks for the info on history of Java. You're very welcome. So yeah. Hayseed asks, Ernie, how do you put volume on your screen to see the wells? Well, first of all, Hayseed, you need a subscription account. You need at least the lowest level subscription account that they have. I think it's called Premium. It costs about $14 a month. And then it will open up the volume profile to you. So unless you have a subscription, you get a free trial. You can try it right now. And then you'll have the volume profile there. And you can get to it by clicking on the indicators tab up here at the top. And then there's a volume profile setting here, and you can choose which volume profile you want. I currently am showing the session volume. I'm sorry, the visible range. I'm showing the visible range volume. Might need a little bit more of that. Let's bring it up to about 40%. There we go. Ernie doesn't like making 20x on BitMEX. No, I just don't. First of all, in order to trade on BitMEX, I'd have to trade through a VPN and pretend to be somebody that I'm not, because BitMEX doesn't allow people like me who live in the US to trade on it. So I'd have to lie. And secondly, it's an unregulated exchange, and so I don't trust it. And besides, I've got too many other things to do than fart around with some foreign unregulated exchange that trades magic money. BitMEX is too volatile for Ernie. Oh, I'm sorry. I told everybody I wasn't going to talk about the racist. Red 5 Golf Gunny. You're new here, aren't you? Well, let's see. Well, let's read what you have to say. The powers that be have crushed the hope of any new money coming into crypto. Bitcoin is bleeding out. All alts will follow. Well, that's been the plan all along. And I've been professing that right from the very beginning, that that's what exactly the whales needed to do in order to have a chance of Bitcoin and distributed ledger technology having a future, that they had to basically crash the market and keep it down there and suppress it for some time so that we can get rid of all the shit coins that you call altcoins. TradingView currently has a Black Friday sale. Oh, I didn't know that. Thank you for telling us that. Hey, Ernie, just joined. Is the title clickbait or are you really buying? It's clickbait. I hope that doesn't upset you, Frank. Freaking A. I hope that doesn't upset you, but yeah. Anybody that's been watching me for any length of time knows that I don't turn on a dime. Although Tone Vase, I think, seems to think that it's going to be going up. He's bullish now. He's saying he's waiting for Monday morning. He thinks that his position is not going to be too... His exact words are, I think come Monday morning, my position isn't going to be down too much. Spook, I use Fibonacci spirals for all trading and have made millions. There's another person that's made millions, along with Ofux. So I'm going to reply to the racist, Mr. Trad, otherwise known as Mr. Troll, where he says TradingView charges too much. I don't think so. The quality of the volume profile charts that you get on TradingView are really quite good, and there are very few places that you can get volume profile of this quality and this usefulness for that price. Only the higher-end platforms typically have volume profile, and you're going to pay through the nose. I mean, even TradeStation doesn't have volume profile, although you can get some volume profile extensions for it, but they're very expensive and they're kind of clunky. Market Delta is really built all around volume profile, but that platform can cost you upwards of $300, $400, even $500 a month. So I think that the price that you pay for TradingView is very, very much in line. So Airgeed, he's waiting for Bitcoin to hit $1,300 USD before buying. I would say that that's probably a good strategy. I believe really that it will be there. I don't know that it will be there. I feel like it will be. And just in case it isn't, I'm going to add minority positions on the way down and then trade some of those positions in and out so that I can keep my cost basis down low. Hot Crumbs. Hey, Ernie, may be interested in your setups. What kind of profits would it make over a year for the subscription? 10 to 1, 51, 100 to 1. Well, first of all, we don't kind of measure it that way, and I really have no idea what it's going to make over a year. I can't promise anything. But what I can tell you is that the AI setups so far has proven out to be quite good. And in the last year that I have been actually giving trades away, and since we've had the service open, I can tell you that we've had a win rate in excess of 80% with a return on capital or return on the margin used of greater than 25%. So those are really spectacular numbers. Now, will it do that going off into the future? I have no idea. I have high confidence that it will because we've been working with this system now for almost 5 years, and it's shown to be pretty good. Although what we had 5 years ago and what it is today are very different animals. Same concept, but different animals. So overall, I would say that what's it going to return you? That is so hard to say. And when you start thinking in terms of 10 to 1, 50, 100 to 1, you're talking about, crypto nirvana bullshit. And we don't talk that. James Push. Hey, Ernie, you called the drop of Bitcoin. I was just wondering if you shorted the Bitcoin futures, if you are so confident in the massive sell-off in Bitcoin, at least one contract. Yeah. I've been talking about as a strategy to short every rally, and I've been leading that charge in my Discord for the past 8-9 months at least. So yeah, that's what we've been doing, and that's what I've been doing. Short it. Just short the hell out of it. Jacob says, Sierra Charts does almost everything that Xtrader does, but for less money. I like Sierra Charts. I do like Sierra Charts, and they do have a fairly good volume profile feature on it. They also have a really good replay feature, which helps with back-testing strategies. So I do give a thumbs up for Sierra Charts. It's very flexible, and it works on with a lot of different brokers. As a matter of fact, I believe Sierra Charts can work with Interactive Broker, and I'm hoping to maybe buy or get Sierra Charts up and running on Interactive Broker, because the charts that they have in Interactive Broker that come out of the box totally blow. Let's see. Crypto Thought, you're buying? What, are you nuts? Bitcoin is going into triple digits. All right, so you're not talking about me, man, right? You're not saying that I'm buying. No, I didn't give you that impression, did I? Oh, listen to this. Now here is profundity at its best. Here is someone who is definitely in the cloud, someone who is completely out of their minds. Elliott Wave works 99%. Oh, wait. Elliott Wave works. 99% don't actually properly understand. No, that's not it at all. The problem is that Elliott Wave is total bullshit. Total bullshit. It doesn't work. I could make 10 shows out of this, but I'm not going to. I'll talk about it some other time. Another rant. But you're wrong, and please, anybody that thinks that Elliott Wave works or has any basis in scientific fact, they're simply wrong. Elliott Wave is total garbage. It was made by a guy who seems to think that he was a wannabe sociologist who was actually an accountant. And he had a fixation on numbers and numerology. Seriously. Let's see. Will Bitcoin also need to be more distributed among many opposing concentrated with a small percent of whales? You okay, Neo? Hey, Neo. You okay? Thought you're buying. What are you, nuts? BTC is going into triple... Oh, I already read that. Ernie, have you started to dollar cost average Ripple? Oh, God, you snaked me into that, Mr. Racist. Fuck. You won't do it again. So all eyes are saying, so the pro version on TradingView will get the volume profile indicator? Yes. Yes, it will. And I think it costs about $14 a month. And from what I understand, there's a Black Friday, Cyber Monday deal right now. Hi, I've been watching you for a long time, says Razvan. Even on your old channel. Any chances you'll manage to recover some of the old videos and are able to upload them again? Sadly, no. There are some out there, but you know, they may not be relevant to current times because they were specific to the time back there. And unfortunately, I don't have a backup, you know, going back 9 years with 1,100 videos, and some of them are totally irreplaceable. Like there was that time that Apple did a feature on me, and that was a very special thing for me. And during their Think Different campaign. So I'm really bummed about that. I lost that forever, and I didn't have. I might have it somewhere. It's probably like on a floppy disk or something. Am I on Telegram? No, I don't like Telegram. I like Discord. I think Telegram is a piece of shit compared to Discord. I loved to watch you calling the drop a year ago. Shame and all the hate comments were lost. Keep up the good work. See, there's someone that remembers. Well, I'm happy to have you back, man. Thank you very much. Yeah, Discord is the best. Dr. Zayas, how you doing, man? How do you know when to trade in and out to lower your cost basis in Bitcoin? What criteria do you use? You don't know. What you do is you use statistical probabilities, you use whatever tools that you have for analyzing it. You try to pick a point where you think it's going to go, and you cost average down there. You try to maybe do a little swing trades and day trades to try to improve your position, your cash position. When something is dropping hard, you know, you don't know exactly where it's going to drop. So you start going in lightly and then add and add and then add heavier as it gets down, or maybe that momentum starts waning. That's one possible way to do it. Let's see. Did you ever post your short positions in the Bitcoin futures in Discord? Yes. I haven't done it in the past couple of months because I've been focused on other things. Numerology is mystic nonsense. I agree about that, for those who aren't familiar. And that's pretty much what Ralph Nelson Elliott was into. He's, by the way, the creator of Elliott Wave. Dimitri says, if crypto doesn't go up soon, I'll have to declare bankruptcy. I'm on one of the real-life dummies who went all in near the top. Oh, really? Sorry to hear that, Dimitri. Really sorry to hear that. That's right. Short all the rallies. Short the rallies. Short all the rallies. Actually, my strategy is short every friggin' rally. All right. So let's take a look here. Not much to see there. Looks like it's going to keep on coming down. I'm of the mind that we're going to create a little consolidation here, maybe drift up a little bit, and then come down again. See, I believe right now that the whales have finally come to their senses, and I don't know if they were listening to my advice, the many videos that I've said overtly that in order for crypto to survive, it must die. It must come down. And I've given all my reason for it. Maybe they were listening to me. I don't know. And now they're ready, and they're pushing it down. And it's going to have to stay down for a while. It's going to require a lot of pain, a lot of pain. And sorry, Dimitri, I'm sure you don't want to hear that, but I'm pretty certain that that's what we're up against. So, anyways, we're an hour into this show. I want to thank everybody. Thank you so much for coming by. Please hit that like button. And if you're interested, I'm having a Cyber Monday sale where you can get 2 months free of the service of the AI setups free if you go for a full year. And actually, when you go for a half year, you get the same deal, but you get 1 month free for a half year. Then it's recurring. And of course, that comes with training and support and all that other stuff. So, I think I'm going to call it a day here. I want to thank everybody for showing up. I'm going to be doing this more often. I will be back. Now I have to figure out how to turn this damn thing off. They make it so hard. Oh yeah, you click the stop streaming button. Bye y'all. Have a good night. See you next video.